the hustle play?
You know, Nicholas Bear is just a special player. You know, every time he's on the bench, I'm thinking, how can I get him back in? We've all seen him kind of go to exhaustion, and that's why we got to take him out. He's got an incredible ability to come off the bench and impact the game right away. A lot of guys need touches, they need to get up and down, they get bang around a little bit. He just comes right in and executes. He studies it from the bench, he knows the game plan, and you know, he very rarely makes mistakes. You know, you look at his line, and he made a big three in the first, but you know, he didn't make threes like he normally does. If he does that, his line is phenomenal. But he took good shots. He took shots at the end of the shot clock. He moved the ball. He's just an incredibly valuable person in so many ways. I mean, it manifests itself on the floor, but you know, in the locker room, as a member of a team, you want Nicholas Bear to influence young guys. Everybody in that locker room respects what he does and who he is. And the way that that influences the confidence level of everybody else is immeasurable. And, you know, just clearly plays for us.
How do you feel about the way your defense plays, Coach?
Well, it's phenomenal because, you know, we've done it 2 games in a row. I think that was the challenge against 2 really good teams. We just beat a really good team. Now, they didn't play well today, but the reason they didn't play well is because we defended the way we did today. You know, if we had defended them the way we had been earlier in the year, it would have been a completely different game. Our rotations were better, our ball pressure was better, our rebounding was better. Because the thing that you know is they're going to defend you, and you don't always know you're going to be able to shoot a good number against them. So there was a couple stretches there where we weren't scoring, but either were they. And I think that's a big step for us. Because when we were struggling defensively, struggling offensively earlier in the year, they were scoring quick. Whoever we played, they would come down and score. You got to come down and get a stop when you're not scoring. Because we had that one stretch in the first half where we turned it a few times. We had 9 turnovers in the first half, too many, and took a couple ill-advised shots, quick shots, but they didn't get away from us. We maintained the lead.
How do you count, though? I mean, just the Omaha game, not that long ago, and then, I mean, such a dramatic change in defensive performance.
It's just a matter of what your potential is. Like, I mean, you know, it'd be different if we were incapable of playing better defense. I felt like we were. You know, we played Seton Hall earlier in the year. That team is as good an offensive team as there is in this country, and that was good for us. You know, we go down to Florida and play 2 really good teams, really good offensive teams with size, with length, with shooters. And the thing about Omaha, they can score, and they exploited some of our weaknesses and our deficiencies. And you know what you do is you go to work and you correct them. The only way they're going to get corrected is if each and every person in a locker room is committed to making that happen. And I think that's what you have. Now the challenge for us moving forward is to continue that process. We got 2 tough games before Christmas, and then obviously Purdue right after Christmas. So you know, we know what's coming.
There was that pivotal stretch late the first half. I think you held them to, they missed 22 out of 26. And a lot of that was your pressure and how you were able to rotate over and stop the 3. I mean, it just seemed
we just really were trying to be disruptive at the point of attack, and then when they started moving the ball and recognizing personnel, who does what. You know, getting into the space of the 3-point shooters. You can't let them get open, clean looks, because they're going to make them.
Preventing Morgan from even touching the ball, was that part of the game plan coming in?
Well, you know, anytime you play a team that has a player the caliber of Jeremy Morgan, you want to limit his touches. You know, he's a terrific player. He's a versatile player. And you either want to limit his touches or make him really work hard to get it, really work hard to do stuff. So as the game goes on, you know, he can wear down a little bit. You can maybe get him to be short on a few shots and just know that, like, all 5 that they're out there are aware of him and where he is and where he's cutting and where he's going. It's not just whoever's on, because we did a lot of switching, so did they. But, in our switching, so different people were on him, that's fine. We got to be in the gaps, and we got to make sure that we know that we've got to continue to put pressure on him so that if he does score, he's making tough shots.
Pete's had to deal with that, obviously, too. How have you seen him improve with stamina-wise, being able to get open on the offensive end and still be committed fully defensively?
But you're right, he's in phenomenal shape, and he moves without it. He's limited his unnecessary ball handling. He moves it, and he trusts it. We'll get it back to him. We mix in some stuff we run for him. But for the most part, we just ran motion today. And the key is, like you said, is, you have to have other players scoring. Isaiah in that one stretch, Cordell shoots 5 for 5. Bohannon makes a couple big threes. So we have other weapons. Bear comes off the bench, gets 11. So Ellingson got 2 big points at one point. So we have to have other people scoring, or else it just gets worse and worse for him. And he's trusting his teammates. You heard Nicholas say that, and I think that's important too.
How important
2 more
was-
questions.
How important was today's game, coming off your last game, your last victory, to sustaining and getting better, improving, and getting a belief system?
Well, it's a big, it's a challenge. It's a challenge for anybody, for any team in the country coming off finals. You don't know how you want to play. We didn't play for 8 days, and the only thing I can tell you is our practices were really good. Our intensity level in practice was really good. Our focus and concentration was really good. So when we walked into the arena today, I felt like, okay, we're going to be okay because these guys are locked into the game plan. And I think you saw that. So the critical thing is the Iowa State game was the first time we really put it together. And that's great, but that's one game. Can you put it together again? Can you put it together again? And that's the challenge moving forward. That's what the journey is, and that's what I told the guys. So we've shown what we're capable of. Now, can we do that on a consistent, regular basis?
Does the update with Tyler Cook, and once he does come back, how does he assimilate into what's happening?
He'll assimilate just fine. I don't know what he's going to do next week. We'll have to see. He's going to see the doctor again. So it's possible that he could play. It's possible that he won't play until the Purdue game.
Does the improved defense start with the rebounding? You guys aren't giving up as many offensive boards as you were.
Well, I think it's a combination. That's one very, it's one critical component. You're absolutely right. But I think it's the point of attack and containing dribble penetration. So there's not as many rotations. And then when we do make our rotations, we're making intelligent rotations with a purpose. Who are we rotating to? What is that person's skill set? Because it's one thing to help the helper, but then you got to help the helper who help the helper, and then you got to do the same thing again, and make sure that they don't get anything clean, nothing easy. You get guys getting comfortable, start getting 4, 5, 6 shots in a row, and now you got a problem.
Okay,
Thank
you,
you.
Coach.